Welcome back to Tactics Talk with Guido. Thanks for tuning in. As always, I do appreciate your support. Loaded into proc with my Lorraine 40T Tier 8 French medium tank. Hey, let's talk about autoloaders on open maps and autoloaders bottom tier. I'm going to head to the 5-6 line. I have spawned into the north spawn. And you can see a good portion of my team is going to head over to the west. At least I have a couple headed towards the hill. What you want to do on the 5-6 line, as I've noted before, is control the battle from there. You have the ability to flex west and east as required. What I would really like to do is get a bunch of those flanking shots on guys that are up on the hill, but that requires some of my team to get up there as well. You'll notice that what develops here is a pretty good hold down scrum in the middle. Why? Because there is no arty, so people feel free to actually use most of the map. Very strange. Take a snap here, miss him. And then I see the WZ-111. You'll notice that I come right up just enough to get a shot into the side of his turret. And I should have probably stayed there, but I will say, one thing you have got to watch out for with autoloaders, especially this early in the game, with this many guns left, is getting over-aggressive and trying to dump that clip into somebody. Had I chased that WZ-111 1-4 a little bit further up that hill, I may have eaten some shots from all those hold down guys and potentially from the heavy hitters back in the back, the TD. So I was spotted. Discretion, the better part of valor. I pop back here looking for maybe to get another shot in here. Here comes the WZ. Nope. And now they know I'm here, so I'm just going to go ahead, press C, force a reload. For those that don't know it, if you press C with an autoloader, you will reload without losing shells. If you're the person who is still shooting the one shell or the two shells into the ground to get yourself a reload, I just saved you shells. Press C. That will force a reload. There are some guys on the hill. Unfortunately, we only have a couple over there, so this has already got me a little bit nervous. They have a big stack in the middle. We have a big stack on the west, and their hill forces, at least right now, is showing an E50, so I'm not feeling too bad about the hill at the moment. But they have such a stack in the middle, I'm thinking that our guys on the back side of the hill, if they continue to get spotted, are going to be in big trouble. And as you can see, the MX-30 has already taken a shot. I'll put a shot into the 50M right there. You'll note that the Lorraine has pretty good pen, even for its standard round right there. I go right through that E50's turret, no problem. And now I'm sitting here with 3 shells. So this is kind of the opposite of what I talked about forcing the reload earlier. I still have 3. It's about a minute reload, a little bit less. I don't really want to wait all that time potentially to take a shot, so I'm going to shift over here with good old Hold Me Closer Tony Danza, who's been working with me on the 5-6 line in his newly buffed M48 Patton. It's got good turret armor, and I'm going to come up here. Yes, I'm going to get some juicy shots. No, that went right behind him. This time I do stay in, and I pay the price. The T-54 swings his turret, whacks me. I'm spotted, and I'm taking aggro from the hill. Really quickly, look at my draw ring right here. Obviously, if somebody's inside of that, I'm being drawn to them, which means they can return fire down there onto me. That's one thing you do need to watch while you're going from right to left or east to west on the flat right there, is you can take shots from the hill if you're spotted. And once again, I take another one. Luck out on that one. The CDC only kills the gun, and then I will fix the gun. Backing up there was probably not a great plan. I was still drawn. I should have dove down lower, right about down here. That little bump right there in front of me that I'm passing right now will cover you up if you get a little bit closer to it. I got guys up on the hill again, but I'm not reloaded. This is something I talk about quite a bit with autoloaders. You'll see me rocking back and forth. Look at the load graphic right there. On any other tank with anywhere from, say, a 6 to 12 second reload, that's pretty close to being reloaded. But when you consider that the distance traveled from the 9 o'clock position to the 12 o'clock position is the same for a minute reload as it is for a 6-second reload, you can tell that it's going to travel much slower. So you have to be careful if you're using those kind of visual cues that you don't pop out too early. So I'm really just waiting for this thing to reload. Come on, baby, reload. And even as so, I come up and it takes me a little bit longer for it to get there, and I'm able to pop the back of the turret of the T-54E1. Now, I wanted to shoot him for a long time right there. It just took a while to get there. Got a 50, put a shot into him. Another one there, bounce, and I'm not going to chance it anymore. I was spotted. I'll force the reload. It's not worth getting that last shot out, especially if I eat some big damage. So now I'm taking a look at the overall situation, what we got going on here. The west side is well covered. Got all kinds of tanks over there. There's plenty in the middle now. I had some help come over, but they've cleared the hill. So I am now headed back this way. This IS-3 is a camper. I don't trust him at all. So I want to come around here and see if I can't catch out some of these guys raging down from the hill. Because what they're going to want to do is obviously get up into the northeast there and get close to this road. And once they get up and over this road, they got all our middle guys in a crossfire. Be shooting them in the back, and then the guys will boil over the top. Another reason I left right there where I was is because I'm an autoloader. And if I take a couple shots, three shots, and they know I've only got one shot left, or they count all four of my drum going downrange, that will sorely tempt them to come up and over that hill and take me out. So I said we would talk about autoloaders on an open map. I'm trying to use some standoff right here. I want to stay away from these guys as much as possible. The team is starting to win. I don't need to get out there in front and start playing punchy face or anything. And as a matter of fact, I decide, you know what? I'm going to go over and rejoin the rest of my team. I can cover the cap from the bushes, and I'll be a bit safer. If I get spotted and the guys come over the middle, I'm going to get eaten alive, and our grill is being eaten alive. He actually tries to escape by going over the tracks onto the other side because he has no choice, and that doesn't help. That IS-3, yes, I left him. That guy has proven to be worthless. He has sat there on that track the entire game, so I am now just going to use him as a spotter. Back to these bushes here. Just an initial position using standoff. Now we've, again, got a ton of guys sitting there on the west side, and they're really pushing hard into their... What I'm concerned about is 3 of those tanks that were up on the hill all piling over and starting to shoot people in the butt. So that's what I'm trying to avoid. See if we can find those guys. Tier 8 in a Tier 10 game. Autoloader. Little standoff right here. Let's see what happens. The IS-3 has decided to move forward. So standard kind of camper. Sits in the back doing nothing the entire game, and then at the exact wrong time to move forward, he does so. I'll just pop one more in there, and kind of a prayer shot on that. Couple in there. And I've decided, hey, we're getting to the point where this is kind of an even game. In fact, we're now losing, I think, by 1 tank. Let's go ahead and load the gold clip. We got a GF right there we have to pen. Potentially an IS-3 as well. It is time to use the gold. You can see our team is still picking away. The enemy team is down on the bowl, but they're using that ridge. We've got our guys on the ridge. They've got that big object 268 back there, and unaccounted for is the AMX E75, or E50, sorry, and the IS-3. So there are 4 tanks still that are on that side who could either be going back or coming over the tracks. Initially I decided, well, let's fade towards my friends, but I actually get spotted, and I'm not exactly sure by what. Must have been potentially the T-49, but no, he's further away. So something might have come over the tracks and got into the bushes, I'm not sure. T-49's on the other side there. And I'm really wondering, you know, something spotted me. There is something over there. Somehow I didn't see it. Ah, there we go. Looks like the GF came up and over the track somehow without me seeing him. One shot, that's into the dirt. Take that one there. And one more ends up killing him. So there's an example of where you would fire your entire clip. I mean, kind of obvious when you look at it right there. But I was in no danger of being pushed immediately, so it was a good decision to go ahead and clip out. In fact, I find this IS-3. Now, I'm reloading, so I don't need to get in there and get spotted. Let's just use these bushes. See if I can find him, get a visual on this guy. And now I'm just waiting for this to reload. And this can be extremely frustrating as you're waiting. This guy's sitting right out in the open. I am going to be able to... Oh, he moves. Right over his back deck. That shot actually goes into him. I get a little more extra damage at the end than what is showing. Over the back deck, or a bounce, whatever it was, and I end up getting one more. Unfortunately, he ends up living, but I've still got my IS-3, buddy. Come on, dude. You did a lot of camping. Surely you can take down 1 tank for us. Come on, baby. There we go. Well done. Galzu 100 gets a kill. So now I'm moving, repositioning, and obviously reloading since I clipped out. I have two choices. Go around on the other side of the tracks or just push at them. I'm thinking, I'm just going to go push at these guys. And once again, I'm spotted. Doggone it. Ah, the T-49. There he is. So unfortunately, because he is a T-49, he's got all that alpha. I'm kind of a one-shot to this dude if he pins me. So what I really wanted to do is pop up over and take shots down through this lane right here, but I don't want this T-49 to come around on my side. Plus, I'm not sure where the 268 is. I feel like maybe if I come up over the top and highlight myself on that ridge, not only will I get shot at by the T-49, but I may get hammered by the 268. I realize I'm going to get here. Unfortunately, I give him a little bit of side armor, but I think that crazy clipping my jump right there on that train may have saved me. So I did not make the best approach right there. And I probably actually didn't need to do it that way. I could have come up to that track and been a little cagier, maybe try to poke around or sneak a shot underneath that train or something right there. So a little bit lucky. I feel like usually I get pinned in that situation. But there you go. An autoloader on an open map, bottom tier, being a little bit cagey. Make sure that you give yourself an out. A speedy tank like this can reposition a lot of ways. So there's a lot of things you can do other than just getting up and playing punchy face. And if I can impress upon one thing upon autoloader players, especially early in the game, inexperienced guys, do not run out there thinking you're the big dick dog and you're going to unload all 4 shots into someone and clip them right out. Because more than likely you're going to trade most of your hit points, if not die, just to get that one clip off. So if you treat it in a lot of cases like a regular tank where you're just poking and prodding and do wise interclip reloads, or not interclip, but wise clip reloads at the right time, you will have a lot of success even with a soft tank like this on a big open map. Alright man, I hope you liked what you saw. If you did, make sure you subscribe, and as always, we will see you.